Fans of my channel know that License to Kill is subjectively my favorite Bond film, and I never claimed it to be the best Bond film, just one I seem to enjoy the most. And coincidentally, this happened to be the one Bond film I struggled the most with to find a decent plot hole. There were minor ones for sure, but I guess the one that always stood out to me the most is the fact that Felix Leiter is so cheerful at the end of the film. Yeah, my newlywed wife was just brutally raped and murdered and my freaking legs were gruesomely bit off, but hey, life's good. Even I have a tough time defending that one. Tomorrow Never Dies, Bond's gadget-laden BMW is shown to have special armor that couldn't be damaged by sledgehammers or machine guns. Yet, moments later, when Bond jumps into the car for action, the machine guns are suddenly able to completely damage the car now and the windshield breaks easily. What happened to the special armoring? Is the armor only active when Bond isn't using the car? Wouldn't it be convenient for him to use the special armor when he's in action? You could argue that they may have been using heavier weapons during the chase than they did during the break-in. But both were very similarly heavy machine guns, and that rocket flies through only when the machine guns already broke the windshield. One of the most badass kills in the entire series is Bond killing Elektra in cold blood in The World Is Not Enough. But notice how she's on the radio with Renard moments before her death.
Yes.
Dive, Bond!
Later on in the movie, however, Renard is absolutely surprised that Bond has killed Elektra and goes berserk. Why was he surprised by this? A gunshot is way louder than her voice. It's very implausible that he didn't hear the gunshot. And even if the walkie-talkie only transmitted when Elektra pushed a certain button, so Renard missed the gunshot just before she was killed, shouldn't he at least be wary that she quickly warned him with "Dive, Bond!" and clearly signaling that Bond was standing right in front of her, and all of a sudden she isn't to be heard on the radio anymore. Renard doesn't even seem to bother to try and contact her anymore after she suddenly stopped answering, and simply is fully surprised when Bond tells him about her death. Die Another Day, of course, in itself could almost be regarded as one giant plot hole where very little makes sense. Pretty much everything in the plot can be questioned. How did Gustav Graves manage to build his reputation? An ice palace, a weaponized satellite only in 14 months. Why did Zhao never bother to have those diamonds removed from his face when he was in the middle of changing his appearance? Shouldn't it be Step 1 to remove your most prominent feature if you want to change what you look like? How did Gustav Graves go from Iceland to North Korea so quickly without being intercepted by any of the countless international countries he flew over? But I think with Die Another Day, nothing makes any logical sense, and this is called one plot hole in every Bond film after all. So let's just try and actually go along with their logic. The invisible car. Let's just say we completely buy this incredible logic. I mean, Bond's car has turned into a submarine in the past. We all accepted that one. So let's just accept this one. Tiny cameras are fitted on both sides of the cars and project the image on the other side. So I guess these tiny cameras are also somehow placed on the rubber tires then, as they also go invisible. Again, let's just say we accept all of this. What is the reasoning to send Bond to Iceland with an invisible car if he's just gonna be leaving freaking tire marks in the snow? What's the point of being covert there? That's like Harry Potter putting on his invisibility cloak in the desert. You would still leave footprints. The movie even shows the tire marks in the snow, and yet the bad guys somehow still need the thermal vision to follow him. It's ridiculous.